Hey guys, in this three-part series, we're going to be exploring wildlife photography techniques with the ultimate goal of capturing the kingfisher up close. In this first episode, we're going to be exploring the basic techniques that I've been using for the last 3 years, and why I might need to upgrade my techniques with the introduction of camouflage. Knowing the environment is crucial to wildlife photography. This river runs through a forest. It's not very wide or too deep, and offers tons of crayfish to the wildlife daring enough to eat them. I walk quietly through the forest, following the edge of the river while I watch for wildlife. The trees offer me cover, and the short distance to the other side means wildlife encounters are always close. Finding locations similar to this is crucial to my style of shooting, as I find myself to be on the move, always anticipating what I might find next. The only animal along this river that's given me trouble is the Belted Kingfisher. I've attempted to make videos on this bird in the past, with no success. This bird always spots me or hears me first, and with an entire river to fish along, you can bet the kingfisher isn't sticking around. Which is one of the downsides of this river. Wildlife is very spread out. Some days, I don't see any wildlife at all. Which is why a couple weeks ago, I was out scouting for a new location to film my next video. I decided to check out this old retention pond, which for the last year and a half has been occupied by a family of beavers, causing it to be full of water. From my past experiences with beavers, I can say without a doubt that there are plenty of other animals utilizing their new home to hunt. I found a spot along the edge of the water to sit quietly. I had no intention of making a video that day, but to my surprise, a curious and hungry green heron made itself comfortable just a few meters away from me. My techniques were working well. I made sure to make myself as small as I could by sitting low to the ground and to only make subtle movements. As the green heron departed, a new visitor arrived, although he was not as thrilled to see me at his pond.
A couple was walking by and they say, "Whoa, that's cool, isn't it?" And I'm trying to think what they're talking about. There's a great blue heron right around the corner from me.
The great blue heron kept its distance, and through the foliage I was able to observe him, until a passing bike scared him away. My first day at the pond was a success, so I headed home for a much-deserved dinner. Alright, camera's away. This is where I see something epic, right? I returned to the pond later that week with a new goal in mind. I knew that there were kingfishers utilizing this pond earlier in the year, so I was determined to see them again. However, they are notoriously skittish, and getting close to them is near impossible. But that wasn't going to deter me. I found a perfect spot under a cedar tree with low-hanging branches to hide behind. Now my focus today is going to be the kingfisher, and they are notoriously skittish. I think that's the same across all kingfisher species. When I got here, he was perched up in this tree here. I'm going to tuck in here, and hope he comes in a little bit closer and I can get some shots. Thinking this would be enough to conceal me, I spent the afternoon watching different birds while I awaited the kingfisher's arrival.
Well, sure enough, our green heron friend is back. This is a major hotspot for him. New technique I've been using, I programmed AEL while in video mode to crop in so that I can effectively manual focus and see what I'm focusing on. Pretty cool.
After a few hours, I was starting to think that kingfishers didn't visit this pond anymore. But after watching the clumsy green heron for a while, the kingfisher finally arrived. She immediately spotted me, and from that moment forward, kept her distance at the furthest end of the pond. Watched her fish all evening, and although filming the kingfisher was going well, she just wasn't close enough for the photo I wanted. My more simple techniques may have worked on the curious green heron, but I knew I was going to have to try a whole lot harder to capture a photo of the belted kingfisher.
I'm trying to fight this feeling of wanting to give up. I gotta wait it out at least a little bit.